Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. An explosion during the second quarter of the Wildcat football game Friday night at Prim Stadium sounded like a weapon firing, or even louder to many in attendance at the game and those across the street from the stadium. The T-shirt cannon launcher used by the Cat Pack to propel T-shirts into the crowd following Wildcat touchdowns exploded, causing minor injuries to 2 students and requiring stitches in the fingers of 1 student, according to Rusty Harden, Silver Springs Independent School District Assistant Superintendent. 1 fan in the stands sustained an injury to the face and black eyes, but did not require medical attention after being struck by a piece of the PVC pipe that was shrapnel from the cannon. Pieces of the cannon went everywhere, according to Harden and those who observed the incident. According to Harden, the launcher, which has been used at all home games this year, was on the ground, and the 3 student members of Cat Pack were removing the canister of propellant when the launcher exploded. Harden said all are thankful there are no broken bones nor internal injuries caused by the explosion. At this time, there are no plans to replace the T-shirt cannon launcher. A Hopkins County deputy noted Nicholas Schuyler White, age 26, of Sulphur Springs, inside a local convenience store on South Broadway. The deputy knew that White was wanted on an active warrant, and after a check through Hopkins County Communications, confirmed the warrant. White was arrested at the scene. White is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with manufactured delivery of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, more than 1 gram but less than 4 grams in a drug-free zone. He's in Hopkins County Jail on a $35,000 bond. Failure to use a turn signal resulted in the arrest of Megan McKenzie Box, age 20, of Sulphur Springs. Hopkins County deputies made a traffic stop at the intersection of County Road 3529 and Farm to Market Road 67 Sunday. Box did not have a valid driver's license, and both Box and her passenger appeared nervous, and according to the deputy, their story did not seem credible. Box admitted to having methamphetamine in her purse. She was charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, under 1 gram, and no driver's license. The passenger had a small amount of marijuana in his sock. Both driver and passenger were arrested.
The annual Help a Child benefit is in October 21st this year. In fact, this is the 10th anniversary of the Help a Child benefit. Let's find out more from organizer Wade Bartley.
No, Enola, this is something that's been dear to my heart for the last 10 years. The Help a Child benefit.
Yes, and it's very successful.
And it has been, but due to the community here in Hopkins County and our many sponsors that help promote it.
Well, it'll be on what date?
October the 21st, and it'll begin serving chili at 11:30. Now, our activities will start earlier. We'll have some cooks on site, probably the afternoon before, cooking their brisket and chili to enter the contest. So it's open to the public, and this year there's no entry fee for the contest.
So you can cook without an entry fee?
Correct. You just have to register with our manager.
Okay. And we'll get to those numbers and places to contact. What about folks who want to come enjoy the chili and brisket?
Okay, they can come early. They'll start serving chili at 11:30, but at 8 o'clock, the Lake Country Antique Tractor Club will start their antique tractor pull inside the Civic Center. Then later on that afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll have the Hot Rod Garden Tractor Club pulling and inside the Civic Center also, and that's when we'll serve the brisket.
And it's all around and in the Civic Center arena, is that
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
Both of the tractor pulls will be inside the arena, and of course the chili and brisket contest will be outside. But another big event that's outside around noon will be the FFA Mechanics Project Show in honor of Mr. Ira Black.
Okay.
And they'll be judged, and there'll be prize money for the winning chapter. Then they donate their shop items to the Help a Child benefit, and all the funds that those items raise, along with other auction items, goes toward our total fund that we raise.
Which we're going to talk about that fund, and it is growing, and it is very, very helpful. But we haven't heard the name Ira Black mentioned in a while.
You know, Mr. Black was a long-time agricultural educator in Northeast Texas, and many of us knew him back when we were in school, and I won't tell how many years ago that was, but his legacy lives on. And he and Miss Alla Ray were devoted family to education in our area.
Thank goodness for the people like that who are really the foundation of Hopkins County and what's going on forward from here.
There's many more in our community like them, but we really appreciate what they have done in the past.
Well, let's talk some more about the Help a Child benefit coming up Saturday, October 21st, in and around the Civic Center. Be sure and be there. The large, regular-sized tractors and the garden tractors, this has become real popular, right?
It has. Of course, for 3 or 4 years we had the large trucks and tractors, and it just became financially unfeasible to have those people back. The Lone Star Garden Tractor Pullers Club is a local club. They're headquartered out of Blue Ridge, Texas. But they are a group of people, family-oriented, who have children involved in their tractor pulls. But they put on a really good show. It's exciting, and I would just encourage everyone to come out that night. And that's, at their intermission, that's when we're going to give away a welder that's on a trailer that we're going to give away.
You're going to give away a whole welding rig.
Yes, it's a Bobcat 250 Miller welder mounted on a 16-foot trailer, and we have a job box with many of the tools that someone would use in the welding profession.
Wow. And of course, tickets are for sale to be part of this giveaway.
Exactly. They can be purchased from several of our Masonic members, and they will be available that day of the event on site. And
wow.
they can see the actual welder, trailer, and tools.
Well, tell us how you got something like this for a giveaway.
Well, brainstorming in some of our work sessions, someone came up with an idea. Let's have something to give away, and so Mr. Dan Fronenberger, who's with SSISD, he came up with a sponsor for the welder, and then it just kind of grew from there. He worked with some other sponsors who furnished the proceeds to purchase all this equipment, put it together, and so now it's really going good. It's going to be a big boost to our funds.
So with the Chilean brisket, the antique tractor pull, the garden tractor pull, the auction, and the giveaway of the welder and trailer, that's a big day.
We've got a full day planned out. And I would like to also mention something that just came up this last week.
Okay.
We're also going to be the host to 6 international guests coming to visit our event.
Really?
They're from 6 different countries: the Philippines, Nepal, Bulgaria, and this was arranged through a fellow who's done this before, but when he checked the Chamber of Commerce office, Chamber of Commerce invited him to call me and see if they could come and participate. They want to help serve. And so we feel honored that they're going to come to our Help a Child benefit and be there for the day.
Wow. You just never know where someone knowing someone else can take you when you have an event like this that's built for helping children. So how does this help children?
We sponsor, we donate our funds, and it has been for the past 10 years, to 3 different children's charities. The Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children, which is located in Dallas. Then the Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center, located here in Winsboro, which serves 8 counties in Northeast Texas. And then the Southern Christian Home for Children, located in Morrilton, Arkansas. 3 different venues that serve children in 3 different avenues to help them have a better quality of life. You know, there's children that are affected by so many circumstances beyond their control, and we want to help.
And you are, and you have 10-year anniversary this year for the Help a Child benefit.
You know, it doesn't seem like 10 years.
And as you mentioned earlier, things have changed and evolved. You found the ways to raise the most money with the least expenditure.
That's what we try to do. We try to get as much, not only labor donated, it's all volunteers, but monetarily. We have so many sponsors that donate to the cause to help us operate, and we try to keep our expenses to a minimum. And we're able to do that through many donations and sponsorships here in the community. Sulphur Springs, Hopkins County is a giving community, and when it comes to children, everyone's on board. Yeah.
I guess that's just what we do. And right here during the harvest season, it's a wonderful time to hold the Help a Child benefit. And isn't there some peach cobbler involved in this somewhere?
We failed to mention that. Along with the chili that a $5 ticket will get you all the chili that you want to eat. But you also get Dutch oven peach cobbler, who is furnished by my cousin, who is the director of the children's home in Arkansas. And so he normally cooks about 20 Dutch ovens of peach cobbler, and they're usually always cleaned up. Everybody loves the peach cobbler.
Here's Don Julian with an update on the Wildcat Marching Band and sports.
First in news, the Wildcats Marching Band did well at its third contest of the season Saturday at Mount Pleasant. The band will be performing at 4:15 p.m. Tuesday at the UIL Region 4 Marching Contest again in Mount Pleasant. And Band Director Charles McCauley begins with a look back to Saturday.
Yeah, this is part of our Bandtober. Instead of October, we're calling it Bandtober because we have so many marching contests. It's our third one, third group of judges. The kids, I think, first of all, Friday night was really good, and Saturday afternoon was even better. So they're continuing to go up the ladder, another rung up the ladder, which is how we keep our focus, making it one notch up the ladder better than the day before. I felt like they did that on Saturday. Again, there are always issues to work on, always. I just got through listening to the recordings from the judges, and we've got a couple of things we're going to work on, tweak this afternoon before we go to UIL tomorrow. So band made first division from all judges, all three of them, and then color guard made a 2, percussion made a 1, drum majors made a 1. So we feel like we're going in the right direction, and just make some last minute things for tomorrow.
And the big day is tomorrow, and that's the big UIL contest.
Yeah, it's the first leg of our sweepstakes, and also it is if we make a first division, then we go to area, and so we can only go every other year. That's the way the band is set up. We've never not gone since 1999. I guess the first year that we went. But every time's a new time, so you never know. We feel like we have a competitive show, and it's kind of peaking at the right time. So that's what we hope to do tomorrow.
Still tweaking and working a day before the big contest. Is that usual?
It's normal. It's normal. It's we added some visual moves last week. That's not normal, but we felt like our third song needed a little bit more visually, so we added some visual moves. But it's normal. We're tweaking until the very last minute, trying to make it better, trying to give the best product that we possibly can. So that's normal. Most of it is stuff like balance from our keyboard, from our PA. Turn it down a little bit and maybe work on a measure here, work on a form here. I mean, it's all small stuff, but small things become big things. And so as we're continuing to improve, as the season continues, the expectation from the judging panel is the product's going to be better, cleaner, tighter, because it's later in the season. We've had more practice. So just continuing to get better. And some of these forms are a work in progress. We'll get one down really nice, and then the next time we perform it, another one goes. I mean, everything has. We've not put together where everything clicked yet. Now we've gotten close, but we've not gotten to where every form was right, every musical phrase was right. We're still working on those things. It hasn't clicked yet. Really, with this kind of show, I want it to peak next Saturday at area if we make it to area, but we have to be good tomorrow to make it to area. So that's kind of the goal.
Going back to Mount Pleasant, the band seems to like that place.
It does.
Because we've been there so often.
We have. We've been there a lot, and we'll be back again next Friday night, a week from Friday night. So one year, as a matter of fact, we performed more times at that stadium than we did at Prim because the field was underwater and muddy, and we had senior night there. We performed our show 6 times on that field. So 2 at a contest and another one at UIL, and we had couple ball games there. So, but it's familiar to us, and we like going there. So I think it'll be good. Last year we didn't go to the Invitational. They always have this Invitational the weekend before UL, and we went somewhere else. But this year we went back just because we knew we were going to have so many freshmen. So we wanted them to kind of get used to the layout and be familiar to them. So we're excited. I'm ready for practice today and ready to see what we can get better. That's the fun part about this time of year, is getting things better and better, and see what we can get, what kind of performance they can put in tomorrow.
Band boosters have had tomorrow's date marked on their calendar for a long time, but they may not know what time the band will be performing tomorrow.
4:15. We perform. We're the third from the last band all day long. If you come to the contest and can take a day off, it's going to be a beautiful day, or an afternoon off. There will be some outstanding 4A bands. You get to see North Lamar and Paris and a lot of other really good 4A bands. And then also you'll get to see Marshall and us and T-High and Pine Tree, who's right before us. So some really good bands, and there's some quality teaching going on in our region, and good kids. So it should be a beautiful day. We hope everybody will come out. We had a great crowd there for Saturday. We always do. Mm-hmm. We always kind of win the Pack the Pew award at the contest, and we love that because the kids really feed off that energy, just like an athlete does when they're cheered for doing something, catching, make a touchdown or whatever. So it's the same thing, and we appreciate everybody's support, and we have outstanding boosters and parents. They're just really great, and they made a victory line for us again last Saturday. So the kids really appreciate that, and it really pumps them up.
All right. In sports, Lady Cats volleyball coach Justin Manus said he was hopeful that his team could come back in set 5 Friday after Texas High won handily in set 4, 25-14. He said even though it did not look like the Lady Cats could win set 4, they scored some points leading up to set 5, and he said that was important. In set 5, with the score tied at 14-14, the Lady Cats scored the last 2 points to win. Autumn Tanton had a kill to give the Lady Cats a 15-14 lead. Then she teamed up with Kaylee Jefferson for a big block that ended the match 16-14. That block was on Treyana Rush, a big left-hander for the Lady Tigers, who gave the Lady Cats fits all night long. Coach Manus said Rush was hard to stop, adding that she plays on a different level. Rush is believed to be committed to Missouri. Coach Manus said Tanton was very intense during the match and really into it. Coach Manus said the win sets up lots of things for the Lady Cats. He said both teams are tied for first with 8-2 records. The win was the 8th straight in district play for the Lady Cats. Still, Coach Manus said the Lady Cats have to continue to be ready to play. He said they may well face Texas High in a 3rd district game if both teams end up tied for first. The Lady Cats opened the match Friday with an incredible 25-5 win over Texas High. Coach Manus said it's something that you see ever so often in volleyball, where a team plays a flawless match and where nothing goes wrong. He said in volleyball, unfortunately, it doesn't last. Coach Manus said it is hard to recreate what occurred in the set before, and that was the case. Texas High rallied in set 2 to win 25-23. But then the Lady Cats eked out a win in set 3, 29-27, before Texas High won set 4, setting up the dramatics of set 5. Coach Manus called volleyball an exciting sport, and he said the match Friday, with its incredible intensity, was what he hoped to bring to Sulphur Springs. The Lady Cats have a very tough match Tuesday at 3rd place Pine Tree. They're 7-3 in district play.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.